I ended up left no crumbs. Okay, hey babes, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Aisha and I hope you stick around and subscribe for more videos from me. You already know what time of the month it is. We're in the same position every single month. It's time for a reading wrap up. Let's talk about all the books that I read in the month of November. It's officially December, which means it's time. I've been doing that since after Thanksgiving. For what reason? I have no idea. But it's time to talk about all the books I read in the month of November. It was not a good reading month for your girl, okay? It was one of those months in general where you blink and it's gone. So I don't know how it's already December 1st. Just like I don't really understand how I only read about like 8 books. We're almost about to reach our reading goal. It was 200, but I had to like simmer down and made it 175. Off this month's favorite, which is A Marriage of Convenience. And A Marriage of Convenience is one of my favorite tropes of all time. So I'm always gonna love a good marriage of convenience. This one was following Vienna and Dean, and I absolutely love the name Vienna. Like, Vienna is just such a pretty name, especially because it reminds me of the song. Basically, Vienna is Dean's assistant, and Dean helped Vienna out with like a situation with her ex, so she owed him this favor, and the favor ended up being he wanted for her to marry him for his inheritance. He's just like this rich, super powerful man. I rate this one 4.25. I didn't love it, didn't hate it. It was a really good, solid read. Okay, the next one was, I actually have the physical copy of this one, King of Greed. I was in the right state of mind to read A Marriage in Trouble. I thoroughly enjoyed it, did not love it. Feel as though I didn't love it as much as because reading twisted lies, twisted games, there was so much potential for groveling in this book, okay? It would have a whole lot of groveling, right? We neglected her for like years. I needed him on his knees crying and throwing up to get her back. That's what I wanted. That's not what I got. Well, I read this like 3.75. Okay, so the next one was Meet Cute. It's been on TBR for years. I don't know why I'm just now getting around to reading it. I really enjoyed it. I rated it 4 stars. It was a solid 4. This one is following Dexton and Kaylin. Dexton is a childhood star and he stopped acting and went to law school. Met in law school. Their cute meet was literally her getting hit in the head with, I believe it was a frisbee. Yeah, and then she like freaked out. He's like a really big fan of the show. Then they meet again in class. She trips over somebody's backpack and she falls into his lap. They have a relationship throughout all of law school. Yeah, something happens where she can't stand him anymore. They're both lawyers. They somehow end up meeting again through his parents. He becomes sole guardian of his sister. So we have a single parent trope. Wait, strangers to friends to enemies to lovers. That's what we have going on. Yeah, it was cute. I enjoyed the book. I rated 4 stars, like I already said. Butcher and Blackbird. I really don't know how I got into this, but I did, and I regret nothing. I rated this 4.5 stars. It is a dark romance, very much so a dark romance. That's all I'm saying. Read the trigger words of this book. It was a really good book. It's supposed to be like a trilogy, so we get to see, pretty sure all the brothers are gonna have a book, which I'm really excited for. So it's following Flo and Rowan, and they're both serial. They both hunt bad. So it's like a lot going on, okay? The spice scene really did hit. It really did. That chapter ate up. No crumbs. Read the trigger words, read the description before like you get into it, because like it's a lot going on and then you're reading it and you're like, so this one is a strangers to friends to lovers playing a game, and they're basically having to hunt down serial. Whoever first wins. So if you get what I mean, you know. Okay, so the next one is like a novella. I don't know if it's a novella or if it's a short read. It's Someone Like You, and it's following Harrison and Ivy. Ivy is a thriller or crime writer. Harrison is a former army ranger. She's to escape like the new deadline. She drives up to a cabin in Tennessee, and he is trying to like escape the world and get like himself together. So he's also going up to Tennessee to stay in a cabin for a little while. So they're both like running away from their lives and like trying to detach to get themselves together. She ends up skidding off the road off the side of the mountain. He rescues her, and then she ends up staying with him. It is kind of like really fast paced, but like it's a short book, so of course it's fast paced. I rated it about 3.75. The next one, okay guys, I don't know what happened. I truly do not know what happened, but I got into like werewolf, paranormal, wolf romances, okay? The One True Mate. Once I got into it, I couldn't get out of it. So One True Mate is the first book in the Weston Pack series, and following Kelsey and Kyle, the K's. I literally just made that up. Kelsey is basically a lone wolf. She's living by herself. Her parents were right in front of her, and she ran away and she escaped, right? She ends up going into Weston territory. Kyle is soon to be alpha of the Weston Pack, and she ends up working at the Weston company. So basically their one true mate, she does not know anything about like wolf world. She's been fighting the true mate bond this whole time. I I thoroughly enjoyed it. I rated it 4 stars. If it's your vibe, then I recommend it, you know. Okay, so then I read the second book in the series, which is Fighting Destiny. Elsie and Patrick. And Elsie basically did not want to find her a one-true mate. She was like scared of like having a one-true mate. So she kept avoiding Patrick, and Patrick was on the hunt to find her. And she ends up getting, you know, kidnapped. One part in the book, she ends up getting kidnapped. That was cute. I tend to get bored after they finally get together in these books. I don't know why. In the middle of that series. No, I'm in the middle. I stopped at the second book of that series. I might go back and finish the rest of the series. Who knows with me. Then I read Pack Promise. Now this one is like 2 series down from the Western Pack series. This one is the college. It's following Kirsty, I don't think I'm saying her name right, and Damon. At the beginning of Kirsty and Damon's story, first of all, he was already going through something. He lost his roommate, so he's like dealing with grief and stuff like that. And then his wolf starts going crazy because it's picking up her scent. Whoever she mates with has to become alpha. So the next one was Winter Promise. It's 2 shifting squirrels. Oh god, I'm really talking about this. Okay, this one is following Amber and Chad. Chad, he's a squirrel shifter. Wait, during the winter, so he's like, he needs to find likes him during his winter months or whatever, blah, blah. And he doesn't really want to mate yet. She also has no idea like anything about the mating culture, anything like that, because she's adopted. Next was Caught Up. 5 stars. 5 stars immediately. 5-star read for me. Loved it. Loved every single second of it. This book gave everything that it was supposed to give. So it's following Miller and Kai. Kai is a single parent. He had a one-night stand with a girl, and then the girl didn't tell him that she was pregnant or anything like that. And then she pops up 6 months after she gave birth and was like, she can't do it anymore. Gave him the baby, left. Raising little old Max by himself. This book was so adorable. I absolutely loved it. I love Miller and her quick little comebacks. I want to be Miller. Even her name was cool. Miller ends up being Kai's nanny for summer. He's a baseball player. He's a professional baseball player, and the team is just so loving and caring towards Max, and I just absolutely love that aspect of the book too. She is a chef, like burnt out, so she takes the summer off. She ends up being Max's nanny, so she's carefree, spirited, always on the go. She's very much so that girl. Okay, she just started reading The Right Move because I put it off, but now that I read Caught Up, I have to read The Right Move so I can get like the full picture. Then I also read the queen herself, Britney Spears, The Woman in Me. Absolutely recommend it if you are a Britney fan, a woman fan in general. It isn't like a light-hearted read, but it just has a lot of like hard-hitting points. Man, like reading trigger warnings before you read the book. Look how good she looks on this cover. Love her. Yeah, that was the last book I read in the month of November. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.